Welcome to the Ogden City Council's quick meeting recap for the work session and City Council meeting that took place on Tuesday, June 20th, 2023. In the work session, the Council reviewed and discussed the proposed boundary adjustment between Ogden City and South Ogden City. South Ogden City is requesting a boundary adjustment with Ogden City for a section of County Hills Drive between Gramercy Avenue and 925 East. The proposal would move the boundary from the south side of Country Hills Drive right-of-way to the center of the road. This request stems from South Ogden's recent approval of an apartment building near the property line, which has raised concerns for Ogden City regarding liability associated with access in and out of the development. The public hearing on the ordinance approving the adjustment is scheduled for August 1st, 2023. The council then reviewed and discussed the proposed boundary adjustment between Ogden City and Marriott-Slaterville City. The proposed boundary adjustment is being requested by Marriott-Slaterville and Weber School District. The proposal aims to realign two properties situated at 950 West 12th Street and 1007 West 12th Street, which are currently owned by Weber School District, but located within Ogden City boundaries, to fall within the boundaries of Weber School District as part of Marriott-Slaterville. The public hearing on an ordinance approving the adjustment is scheduled for August 1st, 2023. The council then reviewed and discussed proposed zone text amendments to revise design standards for multiple family dwellings in residential zones. The proposed amendments provide more detail to building types, exterior materials, building windows, building orientation, main entrance requirements, parking locations, and amenities, while also incorporating minor changes to design standards in commercial zones. The proposed changes are a result of an extensive design standards study from the Planning Division in 2020. The council has been presented with options for electric vehicle parking as requested, along with input from Ogden's Sustainability Committee for their consideration. The council expressed a desire to move forward with the current ordinance and determine the best option for the EV component at a later date. This ordinance will be considered in a future meeting. In the City Council meeting, the council recognized retiring Chief Administrative Officer Mark Johnson. Mark is retiring after nearly 20 years of dedicated service to Ogden City. His service with Ogden has encompassed various roles, including an Ogden City Council member, Ogden City Planning Commissioner, Director of the Management Services Department, and most recently, the Chief Administrative Officer, where he has diligently served the past 12 years. Following a public hearing, the council adopted an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2023 budget to recognize bond proceeds for the construction of the Marshall White Center. This proposal amends the fiscal year 2023 budget for an increase of $24,874,000. The funding sources for the project include major ramp grants, State of Utah Cultural Capital Grant, Water Feature Ramp Grant, ARPA funds, city investment, and bonded debt. Additional bond proceeds will be used to fund repairs of the parking structures at the junction. The final $1 million will be appropriated with the adoption of the fiscal year 2024 budget. Following a public hearing, the council approved a budget amendment regarding the restoration of the Merci boxcar. This proposal amends the fiscal year 2023 budget for an increase of $175,000. This recognizes a $75,000 donation from the Union Station Foundation and a $100,000 transfer from the general fund to CIP project RM0024 to complete the restoration of the Merci boxcar at Union Station. The council then held a public hearing to allow public input regarding the proposed enterprise funds transfers. The proposal was to transfer funds from the water, sanitary sewer, storm sewer, and refuse utility enterprise funds to Ogden's general fund. This transfer serves as a means to collect franchise and property taxes. These transfers are included in the final budget for fiscal year 2024. Following a public hearing, the council adopted the fiscal year 2024-2028 capital improvement plan. The capital improvement plan includes a total of 63 projects, 23 of which are new. There are 26 on-time projects, 33 perpetual projects, and 4 ramp projects. The total proposed funding for all projects is $423,523,583. Following a public hearing, the council approved public arts projects for fiscal year 2024. The CED department requested the allocation of $580,000 to fund 4 new public arts projects. The projects proposed for funding include Lester Park, Kiesel Avenue, and Marshall White, as well as a minor project involving utility box art wraps. Following a public hearing, the council adopted a resolution approving arts grants for fiscal year 2024. The proposed fiscal year 2024 budget for arts grants is $150,000 with an additional amount of $10,020 carried over from the fiscal year 2023 cycle. Ogden City Arts received a total of 34 applications, including 10 general support applicants and 24 project support applicants for a total of $256,144 in funds. The proposal includes $159,969 in proposed arts grants awards, benefiting a total of 29 grantees. Following a public hearing, the council amended the Ogden Municipal Code to revise fees for George S. Eccles Dinosaur Park. The Dinosaur Park Foundation requested to raise regular admission fees, modify annual membership options, and introduce a tiered pricing system for memberships. This will not result in any extra revenue for Ogden City, but will aid the foundation in improving the maintenance and provisions for the dinosaur park. Following a public hearing, the council amended the Ogden Municipal Code to revise fees pertaining to the engineering division. The proposal makes changes to inspection fees, permit fees, and miscellaneous engineering fees to ensure they accurately reflect the expenses associated with permit processing and inspection procedures. The proposal also includes fees for additional reviews, road closure costs, stop work orders, underground boring, and restocking fees for unused project materials. Following a public hearing, the council amended the Ogden Municipal Code to revise fees from Ogden's Water Utility Department regarding water utility hookup and service line fees. The proposal increases water hookup fees by 35.7% to catch up with consumer price index increases that have been applied to other utility fees annually since 2012, and introduces a new fee structure for thawing frozen water lines. Following a public hearing, the council amended the Ogden Municipal Code to revise fees regarding dishonored payments. The proposal updates the current language from being specific to dishonored checks to encompass all forms of payment declined by a financial institution. Following a public hearing, council approved the budget goals for fiscal year 2024. This document is adopted each year and summarizes the budgetary goals and priorities of the council. These goals align with key initiatives outlined in the strategic plan and support the redevelopment, review, approval, and implementation of the yearly budgets for Ogden City, RDA, and MBA. Following a public hearing, the council adopted salary schedules for fiscal year 2024 for Ogden City employees. The salary schedules include a 1% cost of living adjustment for all full-time employees and elected officials. The budget also includes a 4% merit increase for qualifying non-sworn employees and a step increase for all public safety employees on their anniversary dates. Following a public hearing, the council adopted the fiscal year 2024 final budget for Ogden City. Ogden City's proposed budget for fiscal year 2024 is $253,920,125, a 0.45% increase from fiscal year 2023. The budget includes the addition of 11 new positions, 5 reclassified positions, 2 removed positions, and 3 job title changes. The certified tax rate for fiscal year 2024 is 0.002239. The council then voted to adjourn into a closed session. The entire recording for the meetings of June 20th can be accessed on the Ogden City Council's Facebook page and podcast with timestamps to skip to specific agenda items. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to the council office at 801-629-8153 or send an email to citycouncil@ogdencity.com.